If you guys like this, I'll do more of them too. It kind of just depends on how you guys feel about the first one. I'm here, I made it. Welcome, Jess, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Lots of love to you, Jess, all right? My heart goes out. Me and Shelby, lots of love, you know? Lots of love. We're starting from the very beginning, okay? The very beginning. We're not gonna start from the middle. We're starting from the beginning. So if you've never learned anything about World of Warcraft up until this point, you don't need to know anything going in. Anything at all. Okay, I promise you. Dodrino. Backpot. Bap. Kapout. How do you say, is that hello in Russian? How do you say hello in Russian, Doge? Oh, it's Warcraft. Holy shit. Warcraft. Warcraft. Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Warcraft. Hello is not. I don't even know why I try to pronounce it. I can't read your letters. Your letters don't make any sense to me. Privet.
Привет.
Privet. Privet, Dodge. Privet. Welcome to this stream, dude. One minute. If I don't know as much as a veteran player, by the end of this, I demand a refund. We're not even gonna get into the first war. Okay, so we're getting all of the lore you need to know up until the orcs go through the portal. Okay, don't worry about it. You're gonna know enough lore to hold a conversation with somebody about World of Warcraft. I can almost guarantee that. When people go, "Do you play WoW?" You'll be able to say, "Well, actually, I took a Twitch course on it." And they'll be extremely impressed. All right. Everybody, hello and welcome to Twitch. I'm going to do the World of Warcraft presentation for you guys today. I've seen the Warcraft, the movie, one time when I was drunk and half asleep, so I'll probably get this. Everything you saw in that movie is a lie. So don't pay attention to anything you saw in that movie, okay? It's all false. If you would, please, turn your phones to silent. I don't like hearing phones ringing in my class, and I don't want to see you guys texting. If I see anybody texting, I will take the phone. Okay? Just so that's clear. Today, just so you know, we're going to be going up to everything up to the First War. Once we get to the First War, if you'd like to see more, I'll do the work. But this thing took me some time to put together. Okay. And of course, we're going to get right into it. And we start at the beginning. And in the beginning, there was nothing. It was a blank space. And the world dinged. Boo-choo! That's the sound that gets played when you die or when you level up in World of Warcraft. So that was a ding sound. Because of that, you know, there was a great explosion. A big explosion happened. Welcome, Noah. Please take your seat. And with said explosion, the molecules started forming and they created these balls of power. Okay. Within these balls of power started, you know, creating reality realms and all of these other places. Outside of the arcade realm and the order realm came the Titans. These Titans formed a pantheon And this pantheon was great and mighty. And what they did was they went and they created life and worlds of beings, of creatures that lived on these planets and whatnot. So as the pantheon was going and creating all of these worlds, essentially, there was something else that was happening. So every world that was being made was also being attacked by demons. Okay, demons were attacking the world as well. So the pantheon decided that they would send one of their strongest titans to defeat these demons and these shadow monsters that were showing up on these planets and consuming the souls that lived on them. And his name was Sargeras. And he's the guy with the sword right here. This is Sargeras. Sargeras himself, after defeating hundreds, millions, bazillions of demons, he thought to himself, "You want a kiss? There's your kiss." He thought to himself, if what we're doing is so good, if we're doing such a good thing, why are these demons, why are they attacking the things that we've created and trying to destroy them? And he lamented on this, and he couldn't internalize the fact that something would want to attack something that they created that was supposed to be pure and good. If it was so good, why was it being attacked? So Sargeras took this question to the pantheon, his fellow titans, and he said, "Hey guys, why are these demons attacking all the things we made?" And the pantheon looked at Sargeras and they said, "Oh, that's a good question." So Sargeras said, "Well, I'm gonna find out what's going on. You guys don't seem to care because, I'm the one who's dealing with all of it. I have to go from planet to planet and I have to kill the demons. And you guys just sit there on your big old nice staircase kissing each other, I'm assuming. But I'm never here. I don't know what you guys do here." And then, the big scary lightning man, of course, said, "Well, we're not kissing each other. That's ridiculous." And Sargeras said, "Well, I don't know, because I'm not here. So how could I tell?" And that, of course, made the pantheon angry. That Sargeras would say such a thing, that they were kissing each other. Absurd, but, Sargeras knew how to press their buttons. So Sargeras, he started killing the demons, and as he was killing all those demons, he was killing the demons prior as well. But as the demons were being slain, he realized that some of those demons, the same ones, were coming back. And he was trying to figure out where these demons were coming from. How could these demons keep coming back if he was killing them? So he followed them to where they come from, which is the Nether, or what's it called? I forget what it's called. Who in chat knows where the demons come from? What's their thing called? Noah, you know. What's it called? Help me out. Warcraft, Minecraft crossover. Yeah, I know. It's not the Nether. It's they all come from the Nether. Okay, well, that's what that's called then. I forget what it's called. I can go back 2 slides, but I forget. This is awesome. Like I'm a kid reading me a bedtime story. We're 3 out of 20 slides, so we have some time to go. Hydrate. We're gonna drink some more Monster Energy. That's right. This stream is now sponsored by the Monster Energy. How's it going, Seth? I think it's the Nether. I could be wrong. It's something. The Twisting Nether. It is. Their souls are sent to the Twisting Nether. I knew it. So Sargeras, he decided he would go in deep, Go in deep. Yeah, I know, Seth. I'm sorry, man. Lots of love, dude. Lots of love. It's tough. He went into the Twisting Nether and he said, "What you guys doing this for, huh?" And the demon said, "None of your business, chief." So Sargeras slashed and smashed his way into their home world, and he made them he made them say, oh, okay, well, hold on, guys. Maybe we should listen to Sargeras a little bit. So Sargeras essentially, over the course of time, made the demons, follow him, okay? And inside the Twisting Nether, he got all magic powered, and now we have our big bad space Satan. That is what I call him. That is essentially what he is. He is the space Satan. He fell from the Pantheon's grace into the Twisting Nether, and he now rules it, and he is space Satan, and he is coming for you. And you know what? Sargeras, after all that time, decided, you know what? If these demons are really after it, maybe I should be after it too. And he decided that he also was going to start destroying these planets. He said, no way, Jose, am I going to let these guys bully me around. It's time. All right. We're going to attack these planets. And on one of the planets, of course, lived elves. Now, these elves were magical. By Wanding is fun subbed. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you, Wanding. Welcome back to the pond. Tier 1. I appreciate that sub. Lots of love. Now, these elves loved magic. Okay? They lived in magic. They breathed in magic. And, they were just a bunch of hi, elves, fancy schmancy elves, woohoo, I'm an elf kind of thing, And their queen was Queen Azara. Okay. In the center of their world, elves are just drugged up trolls. Okay, well, I didn't do that part of the lore, okay? I don't think that the beginning of where elves came from, you think that that's the best part of WoW lore, is the trolls becoming elves? You think that's the best part? We get to the troll wars, which I think is a better part, quite honestly. But I mean, if you think that that's the best part, then we'll go back, we'll retcon it, and we'll go back on part 2 of this, okay? You just have to help me make the slides. Queen Azara wanted power. Astjar. Well, it's Azara. It's Azara. It's not Astjar. It's Azara, okay? It's an alternate universe where getting doped up is a good thing. Yeah, I guess that's true. Azara. You're close enough. You're close enough. Queen Ashjar. Guys! Stop making fun of my WoW lore. Come on. It's really cool. No, it's not Jar Jar Binks. Her name's Queen Azara. She's super cool. Come on. Yes. Ask Jar Jar gives the elf space cocaine. Okay, well, essentially that is what happens. Queen Azara is searching for power, okay? She wants more power. She wants to become the ultimate being of the universe. The name of her mommy milker, since I can't play Village yet. Queen Azara is pretty thick, dude. I mean, wait till you see her a little bit later. Searching for power. She's thinking, okay, so first things first. There's a giant well in the center, it's a giant well in the center of their town, and it's called the Well of Eternity. This big old pond well is essentially a font of power, and it just gives a mass amount of power, and it makes them immortal. This thing is magical. It makes them very tough. But using this Well of Eternity is what it's called. She starts funneling power into herself. How did the well come into existence? I don't remember. I think you tell me, Noah. How did the well come into existence? From the well. Yes, the well came from the well. Thank you. She was just sipping from the well. She essentially was sucking all the power out of the well, trying to make herself the most powerful of all the elves. Okay. While she was sucking all of this power, Space Satan sniffed the power being sucked. He went Someone's sucking my power. My power. And he realized that Queen Azara was sucking lots of power from this well. And with all this power being sucked, he paid attention, and he's coming out, and he's coming for blood. The Well of Eternity, gets turned into this big swirly green scary thing, and it essentially turns into a portal. So because Space Satan, he's not Satan though. He's not a bad guy. I mean, come on, dude. So you tell me these space gods are just freebasing and that's the start of the universe? Yes. Welcome to World of Warcraft. It's not that different than normal, like, religion, is it? How many times has Plang said the word suck? I'll keep saying suck. Can we get some Mike Sucks in chat, please? Mike Suck, please? He's more like Space Hitler. I don't know, dude. He's pretty Space Satan-y to me, honestly. Thank you. No, it's just one capital S. It's Mike and then a capital S and then UCC all lowercase, so. Valiant effort, though. There's the Mike Sucks. I love those emotes. That's a good emote. So, so as she's sucking the portal, it's theorized that the well is actually a fallen titan's blood. Okay, it's theorized, so there was no canon lore that's actually been stated where the well came from, right? Or has that been confirmed? We don't do theories, thank you. We do not do theories here. Until it's been confirmed in World of Warcraft, I don't even report on it. Okay. We only use facts and logic. That's true. This stream is entirely facts and logic based. Okay. The Well of Eternity was turned into a portal. While Queen Azara was Mike sucking on the portal, she got a ring on the telephone. Ring, 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 ring. She picked it up. Hello, Queen Azara. And of course, on the other end was Space Satan. And Space Satan goes, hey, girl. I know what you want, which is power. And let me tell you something. I can give you said power. A ton of it. And all you have to do is let me into your world. That's it. I bring all my demons. We'll kill everybody. But I'll give you unlimited power and you can be my queen. Pretty cool, right? You'll get to be Queen Space Satan. Queen Azara said, sick, dude. Let me Mike suck you in here. And she helped open a portal from the Twisting Nether to this planet, which is, I bet you guys can't guess what planet this is. This planet that they're on is Azeroth. And that is the main planet of the World of Warcraft universe. That's where we are in World of Warcraft. This is the planet that we play on primarily. Primarily. We play on other planets as well. But I mean, primarily we're on Azeroth, okay? So as the Well of Eternity gets turned into a portal, do you think the elves are just going to sit around and let their world be taken over by big old stinky Space Satan? Well, that's where this guy comes in. Illidan, who was actually a really cool guy. I found out another reason Illidan was wronged. Yet another. Okay, so this is a hot contest point for me in World of Warcraft in general. I think that Illidan is the coolest character in WoW. He is by far my favorite. And I think that he just, is just the best. 10 out of 10. I think he's cool, and I think that all of the bad things that happened to him were undeserved and uncool. He saved 7 vials for the Wall of Eternity before it was corrupted. He did do that. That was also against the rules. But Illidan is a really cool guy. And I'll explain to you why. Illidan was at this point was a mage in training. Okay. Well, he wasn't blind at this point. So this is just Illidan near the end of what's about to transpire. Illidan was a mage in training. And he could only get so strong as a mage, and he knew it. And seeing what was coming of his world, he knew he had to do something to stop it. You know? He had to do something to stop it. So he starts playing around with fel magic. Right? He starts shooting, green bolts all over the place. He starts Mike sucking his own friends to take their life force to destroy armies of demons. And by taking the life of 3 people, he would be able to save villages, from armies of demons. And to him, this was a fair trade. In the eyes of the elves, it was not so much, and the use of fel magic was strictly forbidden. It was something that was seen as a dark art and no good at all. Everyone gets upset, okay? So people are angry that he's using fel magic to push back of the baddies, of course. But it still helps push back the thing, which of course is the demons and all of the death that's coming to them. So Illidan makes a deal with the demons, essentially, is what happens. And they give him even more power. They shoot into his eyes the gift of sight, and they blind him, and he becomes able to see, the truth, per se. And he's also able to see into demon eyes or something. Who knows? They can see treasures through walls. We now have a YouTube video that I will show a little bit of, and this is a little bit of YouTube that is going to show you how Illidan used the magic and exactly how cool he is, because he is super cool.
What would you have me do, Catalos? Simper and nod to our new Legion overlords as they turn our world to ash? There is always a choice. We could have... You are blind, Ravencrest. You are all blind. This was one invasion. They nearly killed everyone here and took Suramar. The best any of you can do is criticize my methods. My mages died saving our world. What have you given? What have you sacrificed? You're a damned fool, Ravencrest. No matter. I've learned all I can from you. We will never defeat the Legion so long as cowards hold the reins. Farewell, and good luck. Perhaps you may fare better begging them for your lives next time.
So this is Sargeras, of course, giving Illidan the sight, as well as the tattoos you'll see. So Illidan kind of tricked him. He was like, "Hey, I'll be your friend if you give me the power."
The army that marches on Azeroth is but a whisper of the Legion's true strength. Beyond this army is another, and another.
It never ends. It's the Burning Legion. They're endless.
Even if we defeat them here, it will mean nothing. We are doomed. Unless we find another way to fight them.
Okay. So he does. He's able to push him back into the portal, and through the portal, he's able to stop them coming in. By pushing them back through the portal, though, the Well of Eternity is destroyed. Luckily, Illidan saved some vials of the well prior to it exploding, so they were able to do some funky things later on. But after all was said and done, Illidan had saved Azeroth from an onslaught of demons, and his brother, Malfurion Stormrage, and his love interest, Tyrande, decided that the best thing for them to do was imprison Illidan for 10,000 years in a cell no bigger than 10 foot by 10 foot. An extremely small cell. He was trapped for 10,000 years because he saved the Earth. Azeroth, rather. Whilst he was doing all of this, Tyrande and Malfurion were hooking up. So Malfurion's a son of a bitch, and I hate him. I just want it to be known that Malfurion's terrible, and he's a big baby, and he's awful to Illidan, and he's, fucking his girl, and it's just absurd. So Illidan's super cool. Malfurion's a big baby, and we also hate the Alliance. Let's not forget about that. Death to the Alliance. Next thing is the Sundering happens. So after Illidan pushes back the Burning Legion, with the help of all his friends who, also hate him now, the Well of Eternity is destroyed from the portal closing, which went over, but that now splits the planet apart, and this is called the Sundering. As the Well of Eternity implodes, it kind of acts like tectonic plates, and Pangea gets split across. So the Sundering happens, and then the Earth as we know it is formed. For the Horde is correct. Death to the Alliance. Long live our Banshee Queen, Sylvanas. May she come back to reign 1,000,000 years more. So that's a pretty big part of lore. The Sundering was pretty huge. After all of that had happened, Ner'zhul was created, and it's a big tree that all the elves live on. I'm going to read this excerpt of a WoW book really quickly. Alexstrasza the Lifebringer placed a single enchanted acorn within the heart of the Well of Eternity. The acorn, activated by the potent magical waters, sprung to life as a colossal tree. The mighty tree's roots grew from the well's waters, and its verdant canopy seemed to scrape the roof of the sky. The immense tree would be an everlasting symbol of the Night Elves' bond with nature, and its life-giving energies would extend out to heal the rest of the world over time. So after the Sundering happened, they were able to heal the world slowly by this giant tree. That's a picture of Teldrassil. Yep. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Sylvanas is going to have to swap to survival spec after 9.1. Yeah, she's got a few lives left. This is about as spot on as American history, not Ner'zhul. It's a big tree, Noah. It's a big tree. And I'm pretty sure this is Ner'zhul. I'm almost certain that's Ner'zhul. Let's see. Yep. That looks like a big tree to me. That looks like a big tree to me, Noah. I don't know, Noah. That looks pretty Ner'zhul-esque to me. Let's see. That's a Ner'zhul big tree. That's a big tree. Huh. I'm pretty sure the mountain came later, Noah. This is from the book. Okay? This is from the book. The fact that there's more than one big tree. I think there's actually 4 big trees. I think there was 4. Wasn't there, Noah? Was it 3 or 4? Malfurion and Illidan are the same. Well, I mean, no. Like, come on. Come on. Big trees. One's a demon, one's not a demon. Both just night elves with dumb extra limb parts. Oh, dude, I love this. This is so much fun. I'm having a blast, guys. I hope you're enjoying this, too. High elves are banished. So after the tree's made, the highborn sorcerers of the Night Elf Society are banished from Kalimdor after continuing to use the forbidden arcane magic. So these elves, they kept playing around in the arcane arts after all that stuff went down, and essentially the other elves were like, guys, you gotta stop. You gotta stop, guys, please. The last time people were playing with magic, demons came and the whole world got destroyed, and, you know, Malfurion's crying in a corner, oh, I had to imprison my brother, even though I'm the one who, like, decided that he had to go to prison and stuff. So they said, you know, get out of here. Get out of here, essentially, is what happened. So the Night Elves that were banished arrive in the Eastern Kingdoms, after, you know, play with Arcane, and because that, you know, they were just so intertwined with magic, they become the High Elves. And these High Elves are just, you know, essentially Night Elves on crack. Crack-addicted Night Elves, Arcane-addicted Night Elves. Soon they will turn even further down into the nut. As they get over to there, the High Elf Kingdom of Kel'Thalas is founded. All right. And with a single vial of water from the Well of Eternity, they create a new font of power, and they call it the Sunwell. Now, this Sunwell is a source of magic. Yeah, but Noah, I don't know if we want to, like, you know, give Illidan too much credit for this one. This one's probably not good. So they create this, and they get all their jollies off with arcane magic using this Sunwell. Now, Kel'Thalas was put onto a continent across from where the other elves were, okay? So essentially, these elves hopped on a boat. They flew, they, you know, went to another continent. They didn't fly. They sailed to another continent, and they set up the Sunwell in that continent. And the inhabitants of that continent were called the Amani Trolls, okay? These Amani Trolls are pissed. They are not happy because the trolls don't like that all this shit is going on at their house, okay? Which they thought all this land was theirs. And they're like, bruh, what are you guys doing? Get out of here. What are you guys doing? Get out of here. What the heck is that creature? This is an Amani Troll, Noah. This is one of the earliest drawings of trolls that we have been able to find. If my arms are put on backwards, I'd be unhappy also. I don't think his arms are put on backwards. I think he's holding a stick. This is his knuckles. These aren't knuckles. These are knuckles. It's hot in here. Looks like a Torterra got animorphed. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So the Amani Trolls started going over to where the High Elves were, and they would push them. They'd say, punks. And the High Elves were like, you're the punk. And they pushed them back. And of course, that's how all wars start, and the Troll Wars had begun. Now, as the Troll Wars were happening, the Elves did not think that they were going to be able to win. They were struggling for sure. They were having a tough time. So the High Elves of Kel'Thalas fight a brutal conflict with the native Amani Trolls of the region. And they make friends with the human tribes that are also there. And, you know, those human tribes and the Elves, they form a great nation of Erethdor. You know, but as the High Elves are facing certain death, they ally with the humans, and they are able to defeat the trolls. You know, they're able to defeat the trolls. The High Elves teach some humans magic in exchange for their aid, and the Amani Trolls are defeated. As you can see, the humans and the Elves were making fire tornadoes, and the trolls had sticks and rocks. So they have been destroyed. Do trolls have 3 fingers? They could wield energy swords from Halo. Trolls actually have 3 butt cheeks. Okay, guys, let's try to keep this factual actual. The exam at the end. We don't want to get too extreme. Okay. So this is much later down the road, guys. We're talking lots and lots of time has passed. We're going to get into the War of the Three Hammers. I know nothing about this. war. All I know is what I have written down in my slide here. I was told by someone who knows WoW very well, Gwen, that this part of the lore is very important, so we're going to go over this really quickly. In the mountain peak of Khazmodan, the Dwarven High King Modimus Anvilmar dies. Sad. The civil war erupts among the Bronzebeard, Wildhammer, and Dark Iron clans. These are the clans of trolls that were living inside of Ironforge. The Bronzebeard clan emerges the victor and takes control of the dwarves' capital city of Ironforge. So after the Bronzebeard clan destroys the other two clans, they take over the Ironforge and they say, hey, if you guys want to hang out, you're free to. Otherwise, if you're not going to play, get out of my ball. You know, essentially, I think that's the saying. So the other ones leave and they're angry and they hate the other dwarves, and that's some dwarf lore for you, I guess, you know. Azeroth's wounds, champion the wounds, come heal his wounds. What an awful expansion. What an awful expansion. Man. Oof. I'm gonna take a quick breather, guys. Man, 3 hammers. Imagine throwing them and smacking their heads with it. Oh my god, powerful. Yeah, I mean, dwarfs are, you know, pretty brutal creatures, in all honesty. They don't really take any crap, and they definitely dish it out. Whew. Dude, it's warm in here. Okay. Creatures? What do you want to call them? Okay, so dwarves are different races, okay, in World of Warcraft. All right. That's racism in this chat. No, it's not. Stop it. Listen. World of Warcraft. We'll do a quick break. Let's shoot a message to our sponsor. We're supported by viewers like you. Thank you all very much for watching this stream. I appreciate you guys here. It wouldn't be possible without you. Lots of love in the chat, guys. If it wasn't for you guys watching, I would not stream at all. I just wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. Let's see here. Wait, was it dwarf in Lord of the Rings? It was. I'm crapping open a Lunchable for this one. What kind of Lunchable? Those dwarves are actually super racist. They were a little bit. But, I mean, not so much at the end. It's clan-based, okay? So, it's pretty intense. But, you know. Alright, cool. So, as Sargeras, we're going right back to Space Satan really quickly. As Sargeras' sights were taken off of Azeroth because he was unable to push himself back into it, Space Satan, of course, he finds another planet of interest. And this planet is Argus. Now, Argus is a planet that is inhabited by the I think I have their name on the slide. I don't want to click the button yet, though. But they're so small, but yet they wear so much armor. When you're working with so heavy, I don't know how the hell they didn't figure the fight like that. What? I don't know how they could probably fight like that. Yeah. I mean, you know, they're dwarves, dude. They've dug too deep too many times. They know what's going on. Nachos. Nice. I forget what they're called. What are the Draenei called before they were Draenei? Does anyone know? I want to say Kaldorei, but I know that's not right. Kaldorei is Night Elves, I think. They're so small, short, but yet they wore happy armor and their weapon was heavy. I don't know how they fought like that. Yeah, you know, they're strong boys. That's Nelf, yeah. Kaldorei is Night Elves, but what were the Draenei called prior to being called Draenei? Because Draenei means exiled in Draenei. So I can't remember what Umplorfs on their planet. No, they weren't. Umplorfs. Draenei name before Draenei. Actually, I better search. The Eridar. They were called Eridar, guys. It's Eridar. Eridar, Lord of the Burning Legion. How did I not know that? Come on. Eridar, Lord of the Burning Legion. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, we said the same thing. Look at that. How do we not know that one? Okay. All right. So on Argus, these were the Eridar. Essentially, they were space goats. And Sargeras saw this planet, and he saw the space goats, and he thought to himself, you know what? I'm gonna make these space goats my friends. And I think these space goats are going to be really good tools for me to destroy other planets with, essentially. So among the Eridar, you had Jaraxxus and Archimonde, and you had Velen. Velen was a prophet. Archimonde was just, you know, a big guy who knew a lot of things, I guess. And Jaraxxus was another leader of the Eridar. They were the three big leaders of the Eridar. And Sargeras came to each of them, and he said, there's a great evil coming. If you join me, I will give you the power to stop it and defend yourselves. And I will make sure that everyone who is with us is protected, essentially is what happened. Hearing this from a space Satan, who they thought was a good guy, essentially, Archimonde and Jaraxxus, bought into it 1,000%. And they said, for sure, let's do it. Let's go. Let's have a good time. And they accepted Sargeras' power. But Velen didn't think so. Velen talked to a space crystal, a glowing crystal from space, that told him Sargeras was no good, and we don't like him, so you should not like him either, is what this glowing space crystal said. Hearing this, Velen, fully believed in the space crystal, so he started planning an escape, knowing that Archimonde and Jaraxxus had already accepted the power, and that these two would not be happy with Velen leaving. I do as the crystal guides. Yeah, I think that's a quote. So Space Goat Velen said, let's pack up all the guys we can, and let's get out of here, okay? We're going to stick them on the Exodar, and we're going to Exodar out of this planet. Argus is no longer safe for us because of all of the crazy, crazy, crazy stuff that's about to go down here. So one day he started packing them up, and it was brutal, guys. I'm just going to say it. It was tough. Children, women, all of them murdered cold blood, and Velen couldn't stop it. He took who he could, and he got him in the ship. Even his own son he had to leave behind. And they had ran away. Because they had left, they were called Draenei. The Draenei means exiled in Eridarian. In Draenei. So they were now exiled. This slide is called Runaway Velen, because Velen was piecing out of there, guys. He was running as fast as he could to get away from the Burning Legion. Sorry, I need some water. The Burning Legion, Sargeras especially, was angry. He was angry that Velen didn't accept his gift, one. For two, he was angry that Velen just pieced, He wanted them dead. Sargeras wanted nothing more than to watch these space ghosts cower in fear and burn for eternity. That's what he wanted, because he's Space Satan. Yeah, and I mean, even then, Noah, this is the second time the ship... Well, we'll get there. Okay, we'll get there. So, these Draenei arrive on a planet. And on this planet, they crash land on a planet. Actually, I think they safely land on this planet. That's hospitable for them. On this planet, there's only a few races. You have the ogres, you have cyclopses, and you have orcs. And this is where the orcs come in. They land on Draenor. Dun dun dun. So the Draenei land on Draenor. As far as I could tell, the Draenei did not name Draenor. It just so happens that the planet was called Draenor. It's just how it kind of worked out, I guess. But they land here, and they actually become good friends with the orcs that live on this planet. They set up trade routes with the orcs. They communicate with the orcs. They're friendly with the orcs. It's the ogres, I think, that really give them trouble. Okay. Among these orcs, though, there are some that are, close to shaman-esque power. So they speak to the elements. And these types of orcs are easy to access or get in contact with for Sargeras, if that made sense. That sentence, I feel like, just didn't come together the way I wanted it to. So Sargeras, he sees that Velen landed on Draenor, and he's up there and he's mad, He's going, and they have trade routes. No one wanted to trade with me when I was on the Pantheon. They just wanted me to kill more demons. Well, I'll show him a trade route, is what Sargeras said, probably. Sargeras reached out in one of the worst ways imaginable. He reached out to Ner'zhul. Now, Ner'zhul was one of the orc shamans, and he would communicate every day with the spirit realm. And he would go to the top of a mountain, and he would sit between his rocks, and he would pray to the spirit realm to let him talk to his past wife. His wife died in his arms, after they had gotten married, and he loved and mourned her so hard. And every time he would go to those rocks and he would pray to talk to his wife, she wouldn't come. He was able to speak to other ancestors and other spirits, but his wife he could never reach. He mourned her so much, and he was just always just full of sad. He loved and mourned her so hard. Is that what I said? Yeah, but it was really, sad and kind of tough for him, to never be able to speak to his wife. So one day Ner'zhul walks up to the mountain, he sits down, and he starts praying to the ancestors, please let me speak to her one last time. I just want to speak to her one more time. I love her. Oh, God, I love her so much. And then from behind, he hears a familiar voice. It's his wife coming through the spirit realm. And, he turns around and he's super excited to, finally talk to her. He hasn't seen her. He says, he misses. And she says nothing besides, the Draenei that landed on your planet are evil. You must kill them all. And that is it. He had never heard his wife speak things like this. In the orc culture, the women typically would not give orders like that. They wouldn't talk in such rash and harsh ways, It was just something that Ner'zhul never heard before, would never expect his wife to say. But she said that, and then she disappeared, essentially. And the feeling of wanting to talk to his wife so bad, he believed it. And he went to, the orc council, and he said, I spoke to the ancestors, and they say that these Draenei are no good, and we have to kill them all. Is what he said. But of course, guys, I think we all know that that was not his wife that he spoke to. It was Sargeras tricking him into thinking his wife had come back to speak to him. So Ner'zhul was tricked into talking the rest of the orcs into attacking the Draenei. So attacking the Draenei, the orcs did. The orcs wrecked the Draenei, guys. The Draenei were not anticipating the death and the destruction that was going to come to them from these orcs. And after being, murdered and, well, Velen did see it coming. Okay, let's be real. Essentially what happened was the crystal warned Velen about an hour prior to it happening, and Velen was only able to save a select number of Draenei before he had to get out of there. So he bailed. Essentially what happened. Velen got a few of his friends, and he pieced it out of that place. He said, we're gone, dude. We're getting out of here. We are not going to hang out while these orcs come and kill us all. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to leave some of you behind just so that I can save the others. That's sad, but it is what it is. I thought I heard someone at my front door. One second, guys. Orcs were nasty, even fighting among themselves. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they would. They would fight each other, too. It was the orcs lived a very brutal lives, They were brought up tough. It was kind of like the Spartan children. I'm going to be right back, guys. I heard something over there. I'm going to go check out the house. All right, Monka S, dude. Nothing at all out there. Super weird. Monka Aston. Huh. Okay. Where was I? Oh, so Velen got out of there. All right, and the goats escaped. And they were flying around aimlessly in space, trying to put as much distance between them and the orcs as possible. And they crash land on a planet. Their spaceship has a malfunction. They crash land on a planet, and who can guess what planet they land on? Huh? Earth. They do. They land on Azeroth, the main planet that is in World of Warcraft, which is Azeroth. Yep. Earth, Azeroth, I'll take those. So, Sargeras is pissed. Okay? He's so angry that these damn space goats have evaded me again. What is going on? Is what he says. What are we going to do? So, Jaraxxus, Archimond, says they're going to take the con on it. I think it's Archimond. So Archimond has a friend who is a big old demon man, and he says, give your blood to the orcs, which will make them strong. They like being strong. Make them strong and thirst for blood. So, after the orcs destroy the Draenei, there's some turf wars going on between some of the orc clans and I think it's the ogres. And they're struggling to fight back. A giant demon called Manaroth comes, and he goes, hey, orcs, I can give you some of my demon blood that will make you all super strong and really powerful, and you'll have no trouble, defeating these things, as long as you also get other orcs to drink my blood. Cool. And, some of the orcs were like, yeah, cool. Sounds good to me. I like that. Yeah, we're just going to say that. We're going to skip a lot there. I know. You guys are going to be like, oh, but you got to touch this and this, but we're just going to skip it. We're just going to say that's how it went. It's essentially how it went. And these orcs who were blood hungry, they essentially, made other orcs blood hungry, and they completely demolished their own planet. Just full of anger and hatred. And there were some orcs that were given the ability to use spell magic. And with that magic, they completely decimated their planet. Crops would die. They'd be unable to grow. Food and water was becoming scarce. It was hard to live there. So Manaroth told the big leader, who at this time I think was still Ner'zhul, that, hey, I know where you guys can go to get plenty of water and food, and there's lots of people for you to kill and conquer, and that planet's Azeroth. So essentially what happens is Ner'zhul works with Medivh, who is a human from the planet Azeroth, which we will get into next PowerPoint presentation, because there's a lot more to unpack here. And with both of them working together, they build a portal for the bloodthirsty orcs to cross over to Azeroth. And as the portal's made, they open up the portal, and the legions of angry orcs start flooding onto the planet. And guys, that is where we end the PowerPoint. That is the end of the PowerPoint. We have reached the conclusion to World of Warcraft lore. Part 1. We have reached the first war, essentially, is what it is. So we didn't finish the first war. We have come to the point of the first war, and we will, we'll talk about it next time. Next time we do this, I'll start working on it later tomorrow or the next day. We'll do one of these maybe next month after I get all the lore memorized and whatnot. I hope you guys learned something. World of Warcraft's a lot of lore. We could honestly, I skipped a lot of stuff. If I'm being honest, I skipped a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff. I kept it very short. This was a very condensed version of lore. I mean, you would think that this was this was an hour long. If you were able to sit through the whole thing, I'm very proud of you. But now we're going to have a quick exam.